I'm Michael Birchfield, the moderator for this panel, the tech behind running an online convention. I'm an international radio producer for EWTN, head of the committee for the Interstellar Research Group, owner of the production and editing company Video Vocals and Adventures, and an IT director for LibertyCon. I'm here with other IT directors for LibertyCon, which I will now let introduce themselves, starting with Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Martin. I'm usually in the art show, but I got roped into doing a lot of tech stuff this year.
All right, Dr. Ben.
Well, I'm Dr. Ben Davis. If anybody cares about my last name, I don't think they really do. Nuclear physicist turned software engineer turned electrical engineer, and now I'm a college professor, semi-retired. So I hang out and do cons for fun.
Awesome. And William Joseph Roberts.
I'm the insane squirrel wrangler that like writes and does things, and I piddle. I've lost my mind. We've recorded so many videos for this thing.
It's true. We have recorded a lot of videos.
But it's okay. And you know what? This is Sarah's first video. And I don't think she should get off that easy of just, oh, look, I'm Sarah. Hi. No, we need some more exposition here.
What do you want from me?
Sofa Queen?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Everybody already knows who I am. I'm Hillbilly. I'm William.
You're
Joseph
Hillbilly.
Roberts. I write all this other crap. I got 3 Ravens publishing. Blah. Okay, I'm done.
But I'm not an author. I'm not an author or an artist. I'm a local musician.
Without you helping out with this all on the back. Okay, Discord would be disarray. I got a basic knowledge of Discord, and the Discord that you have set up for LibertyCon is absolutely supreme.
Oh,
yeah, it's amazing. It is really.
There are so many channels set up in there. People are already dropping in memes, and you know the chatting has begun, and people are sitting in the voice channel for the con suite. It's like, okay, yeah, we all know this isn't going to be like any other LibertyCon we've ever been to, but this is going to be decent at least. It's going to be something because we're fiending, man. We need a con.
Are you saying the others aren't decent?
No. As in the past
know.
couple of years where we didn't have one. So.
All right. Well, then let's start with
something.
that. How does Discord play into the virtual conventions? And we'll start with Sarah, since we're just putting her on the spot anyway.
Right? Oh my goodness. So Discord was supposed to be just a little bit, a small part of LibertyCon this year, but it's ended up being a much larger part because our event website no longer supports chatting. So this way, all of our discussions are going to about any of the panels that we have going on are going to be happening in Discord. All the socialization, our readers, our authors are doing readings in their channels in Discord. Let's see. I've got all the schedules. Oh, the charity auction is in Discord. Like every single thing that we normally do, besides the videos, the actual panels and programming, everything else we do is in Discord.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
It's really cool to see it do that for free.
Absolutely. All right, this one's going to go to Ben. So what kind of recording software do you prefer when getting in touch with these pros and talents?
Oh, dear Lord. I'm not an expert on this, so the school gave me Microsoft Teams, and Rich was like, oh, we got to start recording some of this stuff so that we can get it out there before the con. And I'm like, all right. So I've started up Microsoft Teams and invited people to do these chats. And, I just hit the record button because, people record me when I lecture and I knew it worked. But is that the best way to go? I had no freaking idea, man.
Oh, it's really brilliant, though, using what you got.
Yeah. I just leveraged what I had because, we didn't have a lot of time to do anything else.
And your presentations have been spot on.
Well, I mean, it's me. My presentations are always spot on.
He's so modest.
That's
so
very
modest.
fair. That's very fair. All right, William.
Favorite software? I don't. Well, actually, okay. For recording, I am now in love with StreamYard because it's absolutely stupid easy to use. 10 minutes in, and I already figured out how to use the software. And on the flip side, with the account that I've got set up on StreamYard, which it is a paid account, once you go to so many people on stream and stuff like that, I can get 10 people on StreamYard. Anything more than that, I had to go to my paid Zoom account that I could record over there up to 100 people on the stream. So, you know, it depended on how many people were in the panel. Some of these panels got kind of big with, you know, the salvage title and Fallen World. You know, we had like 12 people or something like that on them.
Dang.
So had to move it over. But StreamYard is absolutely fun to play with.
Oh yeah.
You know, I started doing my podcast again with StreamYard because it's just stupid easy to do.
What's your podcast?
TDB Pirate Radio, which
Okay.
it was in my head, it was my way of promoting myself before I had anything to promote. And this was like years ago. And we did 3 seasons, and it was just a lot of stupidity. We had fun every Friday night, and it was, you know, I had artists and authors come on. Taylor Anderson, author of Destroyer Man, he had just released book 3, or he just sent in book 3 of the Destroyer Man series to Rock, and we had him on doing interviews with us.
Wow.
And you know, got to know the guy, and that's just some freaking cool stuff. I got to interview Ben Bova. He actually let me interview him twice on it. Just got to meet a lot of good people, learned a lot about networking and doing the software and the tech side of things, doing that. And it was all crash course. I mean, I had 3 computers spliced together, working it, you know, into an audio file that I'd worked over on Audacity, and then I'd release that back out. But you know, then we kicked it back off, just like, okay, cool. I'm not doing anything really scheduled. I'm doing it once a month. We're going to have fun, and I don't care if I have a guest. We're just going to do it. It's a once a month blow off steam now.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it too. I personally, just because of what I do for a living, I've tested multiple different softwares for recording and bringing people in, and I find that Skype has actually brought in the best quality audio and the best quality video. And it holds them, and it also records it. And now they've got a Meet Now kind of feature where you can just send it out. And it's a lot of editing, you know, in the long run of things. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro, as well as a lot of Adobe products, After Effects, Adobe Audition, to edit these pieces all together, create intros and outros, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's been a lot, a lot for this convention.
Yeah.
So you're the professional, is what you're saying. The
Yeah.
rest of us are just winging it.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a fun way to do it, isn't it?
I will rat us out a bit though and say that all of this stuff, you know, seemed to be pretty easy to use, you know, once you get out there and just use it, once you dive in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they've made it a lot more versatile, like since the pandemic hit, and because everybody's been buying, you know, before it wasn't as big, you know.
Absolutely.
Now it's key.
A few years ago, I tried a podcast with video. I was going to be all different and all that, and called it Tea with Dr. Ben. This really is tea. The tea was in quotes, you know, because I was drinking scotch at the time.
Oh.
But you know, the videos just kept lagging, and we kept getting hang-ups, and we just couldn't do it. And now it seems like all the stuff is just seamless and easy.
Yeah, it really is. You know, it really is. It's taken a huge step in the last year. But I guess people have had more time to sit down and, you know, make it easy, what it comes down to. So let's see. What's the next question? What's the biggest issue while coordinating this convention that you guys have run into? And I'm going to start with William this time.
Keyword, coordinating.
Yeah.
That right there. Okay. One, you have to be pretty good at communicating. You know, communication skills are kind of key. But you also have to be a squirrel wrangler and a cat herder, without a doubt. And you have to get everybody on the same page. And then, of course, you got those couple that might be snooty or uppity, and you got to work them in. So you get a whole mesh together, depending on the panels that you got set up. So, you know, when you're moderating or just putting it together, it's a lot of coordination and communication and problem resolution.
Communication. It's a lot of communication.
Absolutely.
And because there's a lot of people that aren't as tech savvy as the rest of us, you know, it's a lot harder of a learning curve for some people than it is others, which is nobody else's fault. You know, it's just the way they have lived since now. How about you, Ben?
Well, I mean, yeah, first thing that popped in my head was coordinating and just trying to get everybody in the same place at the same time so we could have that panel feel, and make it feel like we were all in the same room. And since, William took that one already, I'll throw in there that there are some people that are intimidated by it. And so you have to get them over that hurdle. So the other thing would be the intimidation factor for certain people that have never done it this way before. But, an hour in, you're already an old pro if you just relax a little bit, and drink a little tea while you're at it.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Being humble, I have to say, being humble because people get real frustrated real quick. It's like, oh, but this isn't working the way you told me to. Oh, well, I guess I was wrong. That's cool. Let's try something else.
Right.
It's no big deal. People they want to give up a lot sooner than they should, just because it does get very frustrating. But just having that relaxed, chill factor, like you said, is key. How about you, Sarah?
I'm on the communication has been the biggest thing for me. Getting a hold of everybody. There's so many people. I just went ahead and put my phone number out there. I'm like, just call me.
Yeah.
Let's fix it. Like, that's why I'm fixing things immediately in the middle of meetings, because I'm going to forget. Yep.
What's been the biggest challenge in Discord, like with the software itself? What was the biggest hump?
Oh, the roles, permissions, roles.
Oh, okay.
So I pretty much copied it from the LibertyCon Discord. I joined the LibertyCon Discord and made it look like theirs. I was like, well, that was easy. Oh, wait, roles. Oh my goodness, all the staff members, and then making sure they had just the right amount of permissions, and then separating our guests, and then making sure they were in the right order. Like yesterday, I swapped it around. I was like, who wants to see the staff? That's boring. I'm going to put the artists and the authors and everybody else on top. But by doing so, it actually messes up the hierarchy in Discord, which is actually important. Go figure. So I had to swap it back. And put everybody back down. But yeah, figuring out just the right amount of roles, and then which channels have those permissions, and how you can do specific channel permissions. Oh my goodness, there's so much. There's so much.
Wait, okay, so did you make yourself the Grand Queen Pumbaa?
Yeah.
Well, by default, I'm called the server owner. So my only role, I just gave myself staff. So I'm not higher up than anybody, but because I'm the server owner, I have all the power.
So I really wanted the name of my role to be different, but I didn't know you that well at the time, because I wanted to be called a Sith Lord.
But
wait, she's doing it. She's doing it.
I'm totally doing
it. Wait.
What?
Wait, so if you get Sith Lord, what do the rest of us get?
Yeah, that's the problem with that kind of thing. It's like, now we all want something.
Exactly.
Right?
I was like, well, now we're at the end of the tenure. We aren't just getting started.
Oh Lord.
All right.
That's why I keep trying to do all my recordings at work here instead of at home, because I have 2 dogs too. And it's like you start to throw down a recording, and they could be perfectly quiet for 2 hours, and 5 minutes into your recording, they're losing their mind.
Yeah, well, if I'm lucky, I don't have grandbabies invading here while we're recording, because they're supposed to be coming over to the stay of the night.
Oh, awesome.
So another issue that comes with doing one of these and doing all these recordings and all these sessions is life in general. Life gets in the way sometimes, and you got to coordinate between that, find your spot. I got to kick everybody off of the stream and then make sure that they're all hiding back there in the bedroom so I can do that little recording. And then once that's done, I can do my editing. They can come out, they can play video games. Everybody's happy and good.
That's actually the beauty of a con or a classroom. If you're, a teacher, it's not so much that there's anything special about the place. It's just, you got to have somewhere where everybody can get together in this one room, and there's a specified purpose. And you don't have, anybody just wandering in and say, hey, what you're doing is not important. Tell me when dinner is, or, whatever. So, it's really, I think the specialness about any con or anything else is just having that stated purpose where that's why everybody's there and that's what everybody's sitting in and listening to.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been wonderful really working with everybody here. Everybody's been real nice, and gotten along real well amongst the staff. It's been super easy. So what do you think, in your opinion, is the most basic need for starting an online convention? Sarah, your opinion.
Well, in the case of LibertyCon, I think it was really important to let them know that we were still around, and that we also had heard. I know there's a lot of they were very polarized. Part of the people wanted to just do the convention, part of the people didn't. I mean, we were going to lose people either way, so it just made sense to let's do what we can that's safe, that technically everybody could do if they wanted to. So it was really important for everybody to say, look, we're still here. We still have all our connections. We're still doing all these panels. We're still talking to everybody. And we are absolutely going to be back next year, for real and in person. So I think it was a cool way to show everybody that we weren't just taking a break. We're not just going away. We're still here.
Yeah, this isn't a cop out. This is
right.
This is we're doing this, and it's going to be awesome. But yeah, we're still going to be back. How about you, Ben?
Can I make you restate the question? I remember what it is, but I want you to set it up.
He's overworked.
I got well. What do you think, in your opinion, is the most basic need for having an online convention?
So again, this is supposed to be a talk about tech, but the real answer is motivated people, and people that, besides that, gel together and work together well. If you've got motivated people and people that actually give a damn about what they're doing, everything else is going to be okay. Everything else can get fixed and worked out.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
We've done streams through, what is this we're using? StreamYard. We've done MS Teams. I'm sure somebody used, some of the others as well. And the tech is there. You got 4 or 5 varieties that you can pretty much make work almost equally well. And the only thing that you've got to have is people that can work with one another.
Yeah. William?
See, I had to mute because kids. Going to throw something at them.
I still have one dog going off, just one.
Well, the dogs just came running back in. I'm waiting on that. You absolutely have to have a group of people that's willing to put in the work. I mean, without everyone willing to do what we've done, it wouldn't have happened. And, not even just that, you have to have a willing community. And, well, okay, from the author side, we're whores. We're going to spread our word about our works anywhere that we can. So,
What? Nothing.
I was a little bit worried when he said we're whores and we're going to spread our, and I was afraid we were going somewhere really bad, but please continue.
As an author, you want to tell people about your work. So, okay, cool. We got these panels. Yes, I want to do panels so people can see me, which is part of the problem with, some issues with videos online and things like that. The presenters, the scientists, that have been doing all these lectures and stuff, they've got good works. So do they get to use those again later? But you have to have those presenters willing to take the time to give the information, to do these presentations, even with all the headaches of the tech issues. Trying to get everything to work with one of the guests that I recorded early on, even though I think he's got multiple PhDs, it was a chore to get this thing to actually work and record. But the willingness was there, so we figured it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to move back to the tech side on this one, and it's going to be space. Space to hold the videos, the amount of space you need is pretty substantial. I know we had to give out, I think, 3 hard drives to hold the videos in order to upload them, and then finding the platform to upload them on, which is we're using Vimeo to upload the videos. That in itself was a challenge as well. So we're using a subscription-based Vimeo to to hold these videos right now online.
Well, not to mention that, also a place for the interim. I mean, I was using my 3 Google accounts, my Google Drives, to upload all the videos so they could get reviewed before they got pulled down and put over on the Vimeo and onto the hard drive. So, I was running out of hard drive space on all 3 accounts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I had a question and I lost it. Let's see.
Sorry.
Storage?
No, you're fine. It just happens.
Story time.
It's not like I've been working hard for 2 months or something.
Story time.
Not 2 full-time jobs or anything.
I don't know what that's like. I might
No.
still be on the clock right now. Shh.
I actually
Just
struggled
walk
with
out.
that when we started. It's like, okay, so I'm going to record these videos. How am I supposed to get them to somebody? And then I realized that, a year ago, it's just before COVID really hit. Somebody said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I said, "I don't know. If it's
External
under,
drive?
if it's under $50, I've got it. I got all the space pins and all that kind of stuff. You need at this point in your life. But I got this wild hair, and I said I wanted a NAS. What is that? Network accessible storage. It's basically nothing more than a hard drive on your network, so that you can drop things in from different spots wherever you are in your house.
It's your own personal cloud.
It is. That's
your own
exactly what
personal
it is.
server without the equipment.
That's
And
nice.
so I had this thing sitting around for a year. I've got a terabyte on it. It's like, hey, I can use it for this finally. So
Yeah.
I just kind of lucked into
Can I
that.
borrow it? I got something to use it for.
I'm thinking about letting you borrow my NAS and what you might put on there.
It's Sarah. You don't want to know.
If you use mine, I can see everything on it.
So go ahead.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll set up an
You
account
can have
for you.
access to all my MechWarrior save games. Yeah. Good job.
So moving back to the tech, the biggest problem that I've run into as well is people using different operating systems. So say, for instance, someone's using a Mac, it's not cooperating with their microphone or their camera, and I have no idea what to do with Mac.
Idea
honestly.
what to do with a Mac.
I am a Windows user since Windows 95.
Like I feel if you've got a
Windows
Mac, you should
3.1.
know how to use your Mac.
DOS.
Like
Right.
because if you've got a Mac, you better be doing something that warrants you having a Mac. Like you better be a graphic designer or into music production, something. So you should know how to use it.
Well, still, even then, the reason I don't like using a Mac for that kind of stuff is because after 5 years, you're going from 1080p, then you're into 4K. Now it's up to 8K. I can't upgrade that Mac to do 8K work. But this big computer over here, this big tower that's Windows based, I can just swap pieces out here and there.
True story.
You know?
Yep.
And I can put different things in to make this run better, that run better. I don't need that, so I'm not going to get that. So here we go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, running into the audio and video of getting into a Skype or a Zoom or even a StreamYard has been tedious working with people. So just say any less. Yeah.
Yeah. On the other side, if you're a Linux user, you damn sure better know how to use your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you're running Linux, you already know how to program.
You better
I would
be,
hope.
yeah.
You better. If there are people that do it just for bragging rights, and it's like, I can't make my stuff work. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
What was it? The last time I played with Opera and was it Ubuntu?
Ooh, Opera.
Ubuntu.
Wow.
Those were just like, okay, I'm going back over here to Windows and Chrome.
Yeah, the last Linux I played with was Red Hat.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's funny. I tell people all the time I'm a technophile, but sometimes it's just right tool for the right job. I don't want to fight the tool to do whatever it is I'm trying to do.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So if you have to do that, then you need another tool.
Yeah.
So
It's like a wrench. You need a tool to fit the tool.
Sarah is a tool.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just going to say you were a tool.
Gotcha. I beat you to
Dang
it.
it. Oh. I said my biggest struggle has been
Tech
people
wise.
not knowing what they're doing. Yeah, like with the tech.
was, yeah.
But my I guess my superpowers, I'm really good with troubleshooting, especially not being able to see it. So like I've helped several people get into the Discord via Zoom. One of them I had to create the Discord account for them.
Oh wow!
And like, here, just log in, please.
Here's your username. Here's your password.
Yeah, your password is LibertyCon.
Well, that's also another part of it. I mean, think about the convention scene, and a majority of the fandom, they're a little bit older than us now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's our generation, the upper generation, and the ones coming in behind us. So, you know, and a majority of what I've seen at LibertyCon for years, the regulars that have been going for 30 years, you know, they're up there.
Yeah.
So that, you know, generational gap plays into it.
Most of the people that have had issues have been older, but I'm just so excited that everybody's doing it. And like some of them feel bad and they're sending me, oh, I'm so sorry to bug you. Are you kidding me? I love that you're trying to do this now and not Saturday. So thank you. Whatever you need, just send me a message. Totally excited to help you. So excited that you're coming. Like, I don't even care. I had a phone call today with Art Dula. Like, what?
He's a lot of fun, actually.
He was very fun. Like, oh my goodness, like we're supposed to basic tech support, but then he kept going off on tangents about these books and stuff, and I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I think I just fangirled.
Yeah, I mean that has been one huge plus. It's like you get to sit down with all these people who are like, oh, we're just having fun conversations. I know you know, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the best parts about LibertyCon in itself is you actually get that one-on-one time with people. I mean, you could sit out on the patio at LibertyCon with Larry Correa while he's telling stories, or walk inside, listen to speaker, or have a conversation with
play games
Terry
with
Maggard,
Steve
or you go play games with Steve Jackson. You know, it's so cool.
It's so cool. Yeah, I had a DM from Steve Jackson. He was actually kind of a smart aleck. He sent me a DM saying, "Hey, this is me. I am the same." When I was asking for people to tell me who you are because the usernames were confusing, but his username is Steve Jackson. I was like, thanks, Steve. I got you.
And he's one of the, and that's one thing you learn with doing this too. You get to meet so many more of these people on this side because we're setting it up, we're talking to them, we're getting everything going, but there's always conversation before and after the panels that you're recording.
Oh yeah.
So, on our side, one of the benefits is we get a little extra one-on-one time with these people.
Yeah. Next year's going to be interesting. A bunch of people are either going to recognize me because of this or because of me helping them with Discord and stuff. And they're going to be like, hey, and I'm going to be like, huh? Who are you?
Oh, no. See, now, okay, you just started something.
Because I don't get to see
Everybody must bow to the Sofa Queen next year when you see her in person and thank her for all the work that she has done on Discord. Thank you, Sofa Queen. Thank you.
They're gonna be very confused about the Sofa Queen thing. Oh, I forget it's my DM. It's my username.
It is your username and your email address.
True story.
There were several times I almost asked you about it, and it's like, no, she's busy.
Well, we're here to promote ourselves. So do you think some of your basic tech knowledge and helping people has come from your streaming?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I only started using Discord because I started watching Twitch streams about 1.5 years ago. So I had never used Discord before then. I started moderating for several streamers. Now I think I moderate for like 17 streamers.
Oh, wow.
Because I love all of the code behind it, all the moderation stuff, and all the bots are different. So I like learning about what they do and all the extensions and stuff. So Triggerfire and Nightbot and Stream Elements. I love all that
stuff. Explain what a bot is for those that are listening. We're going into tech things. So
you're right. Well, Discord has them too. So Discord has a MeSeeks bot. MeSeeks will go through and filter messages. It's the one that's giving out roles when you click that thumbs up button. For Twitch, the bots are just in charge of commands, and you can program to do certain things. So if you want a certain message to post every hour, like, hey, come see my Discord or go check out my social media, the bot will post it automatically for you. You just have to program it all behind the scenes.
I've also seen some fun ones that you can like ask questions to.
Oh yeah, or go on adventures. We have ones that are like you can do exclamation point adventure, and it will draw. Everybody can join in, and then it will draw a random boss from a pile of bosses that you have to fight, and it'll tell you what happened in the adventure and who lived and who died.
So like a text-based fighting game. That's
Like
awesome.
a text-based fight. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, and Trigger Fire is really neat. It does media triggers. So if you type a certain thing in chat, it can pull a video or a sound bite and play it over your stream.
Did you
It's
set
kinda
up the text-based game in the LibertyCon server?
No,
Oh, come on, man! You gonna tease me like that?
that's specifically a Streamlabs. Ooh, that's a Streamlabs chat bot feature. I don't know. I mean, I could look to see if there's a bot that does that, but we're a little close now.
That
Next
would be
year?
so freaking cool.
I think he just wants you to set it up for him personally.
No, right?
Hey, I miss the
So
BBSs
needy.
because BBS days were, it was cool, and you never knew what you were going to find on those.
I'm too young for BBS. Sorry.
What is BBS?
The billboards.
Oh dear God, what?
Bulletin boards.
Bulletin boards. I'm sorry,
systems.
billboards.
The old bulletin board systems where you dialed in from your dial-up modem.
Is that okay?
Oh.
Yeah, I used to play those.
What's
when I was-
that? Like, oh
Yeah.
my
What?
gosh.
Where it was just all described in text.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you'd
that
have
was
to
a lot of
dial in
fun.
on your modem, and you'd sit there and get busy signal after busy signal, and you'd spend hours just trying to get in. And you're like, oh, I'm finally in.
Yeah, and it would
Oh my
depend on
God.
how many people that the server could accept, because some of them I'd played around on is like you could get 2 people on the server at a time or 4 people, and it all depended on how many phone lines that the person had coming into their server.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
So you had to take turns.
I just
No.
never heard the I would never heard BBS before. I never heard it called that. So
I mean,
Yeah,
I had a
bulletin
modem. I
board
can't say
system.
that I'm that
Yeah.
young, but I did have a dial-up modem when I was a kid.
Well, I guess we know how old everybody is now, at least in terms of ranking.
Okay, when I got my Franklin 2000 for Christmas one year, it had 2 floppy drives, no hard drive. I spent the entire Christmas break formatting floppies and copying software. God,
Right.
that was a lot of software. And I sat down and I read the DOS manual. And I
Oh my
taught myself
God,
how to
that's so
program
cute.
in DOS.
And I'm supposed to be impressed by this. I mean, I had a tape drive.
Oh, you had. Oh, God, was that? That
I
was
had
one
a
of the old
cassette
Amigas.
tape. I had a cassette tape player, and it made this god awful noise, and it would load up, but it would, turn it into bits and load
Oh
up
my
software.
God. An
I
Apple
played on
II GS was my very first computer.
God, you're a baby.
I'm 37 this year.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can't make jokes with you anymore. You're too young. I got students as old as you are.
I'm pretty sure my husband is as old as you are. It's okay.
I still remember uploading or putting on an operating system, Minuet OS, on a floppy drive, and I was so happy. I was so impressed. I felt like I was a big dog. I was like, yes.
Now,
That's
okay, this little trip into nostalgia here, it makes me think of something. If something like this had happened 10 years ago, we could not have pulled off a virtual con.
No,
No.
that goes back to the tea with Dr. Ben. I tried that just 2, maybe 3 years ago, and I couldn't make it work. The same thing that we're doing right here, right now, I couldn't make work.
It's kind of
Just-
cool.
Just because of bandwidth. I mean, you could get the multiple images and all that, but I just couldn't get it to work out.
Well, and technology is always pushing forward, which is an amazing thing. Because, okay, I grew up in the 80s, and a video call around the world was, science fiction.
Yep.
I regularly talk to one of my authors in New Zealand, like almost every morning, which
Yeah.
is nighttime for him. And it just was like, he's on the other side of the world, and I just casually call him up, or he's calling me like it's nothing. Like, dude, we're living in science fiction, which is amazing. So next thing you know, transporters. We need the freaking transporters, man.
Where's my flying car?
We won't know it. We won't realize it once it's come along. Just be like,
You,
oh,
you
well,
know,
now
I'm
we can
giving a
transport.
presentation called "Where's My Flying Car?" Damn it!
Yep.
And we talk about why you don't have. I start with the Steely Dan song. By 76 will be okay. What a beautiful world this will be. What a glorious time to be free. You guys at least have heard the song, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So there's a thing in there about 90 minutes from New York to Paris. It's like nobody gives a shit about that anymore. I mean, yeah, you could build a space plane or an undersea tunnel that takes you from New York to Paris in 90 minutes, but you can just get online and be telepresent, and you don't ever have to leave your house. You don't ever have to take your pajamas off. So the reason a lot of that stuff never got funded and never got developed is not because we don't have the technology. It's just there's no need for it. Nobody's going to write a $10,000 check, to get on a space plane to fly from one half of the world to the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just waiting for Tesla to do it. He'll do it. It's fine.
All right. So going back to the tech side of things, before I move on to outside of the tech side of things, is there anything else y'all can think of for hosting a virtual convention with the technology that you would need?
I think we got lucky because so many conventions had already gone virtual before us. So we were able to look and see what our friends did. And literally, like I said, I copied the Chattacon Discord, and then DragonCon had the chance to vet Eventini. Like they used Eventini. Not only did they use Eventini, but they ranted and raved about how great it was. And it's not even like Eventini doesn't do everything we wanted to do, but that doesn't mean that it won't. Like their customer support is so good. Like I'm like, hey, have you thought about putting this in? And they're like, ooh, I like that. Wait, really? Cool. So before it would have been pretty difficult. That would be a good idea. Like before, it would have been really difficult to figure out were you going to put it on a website? Are we going to do all of it in Discord? We're going to pay to host? What are we? But now, because of the pandemic, there were tons of companies that were trying to do it for you. So it's kind of nice that there's sites like Eventini to help us out.
Absolutely, especially with the biggest
conventions.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say fandom conventions aren't the only conventions either. I mean, within industry, you have science conventions, you have, industrial equipment conventions where you can still get together with customers and other people within the field and make sales and figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has all been facilitated by YouTube and the cloud, and the fact that in the old days, you'd have to have, a T1 line coming into your house or something to even dream of being able to do something like this. But you're not running a server from your house. You're going to somebody that's already on the backbone of the internet, and you're just uploading your stuff to them, and you're just telling it to go when it's time to go. So that's a huge change, and that's what makes all this stuff doable. And YouTube's been around now for what, 20 years?
Yeah.
So
nearly, yeah.
Yeah,
and it's been around a while now.
Yeah, so this is, in a way, this is just a logical next step. This is just leveraging the technology that was already there to do something different with it because of COVID.
Yeah, and so for your streams, for the live streams that we do, you need at least 15 to 18 megabytes, or 15 to 19, I think, megabytes to hold a stable stream, with good quality upload speed. And I don't know, 3 years ago, that was. How much would you pay for that?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So, I mean, it's really, we definitely, I mean, I don't want to say we got lucky when the pandemic.
And if you lived in the boonies, you were out of luck.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely, there have been some challenges with, uploads and download speeds. But we've all been we're in the right place at the right time, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a conspiracy. They made COVID to make us learn how to communicate more and not use cars and cause global warming.
I'm cool with that. I mean, if I can work from my house, if I just could wake up and not put on pants and go in my office and then work and then
please put on pants.
I'm okay with that.
Dude, I spent my whole career arguing for that, and management never trusted us.
400, the clock goes off. I come in here, I do my writing. Well, the last 2 months have been LibertyCon, but I do my thing, and then I just turn over here to the work computer, and I clock in, and I go to work. I ain't got to get ready every morning. I ain't got to do that drive-in every morning. I ain't got to deal with the depression of the evil cubicle farm that is engineering. So, this is a great thing, even though what happened to cause this
is not so great.
At least it's a silver lining.
Yeah.
I had to go back to the office.
Yeah. So just to give a quick rundown before I move on from the tech side of things. So for LibertyCon itself, we use Eventney for our website. We are using StreamYard for our live streams. We have been using, what have you been using, Scott, for editing purposes? I'm sorry, I called you Scott.
Yeah. Well, Windows Movie Maker. It's the old Windows Movie Maker that I got it forever ago, and it's free, and I think you can still download it, maybe, but it works on Windows 10. So,
okay,
nice.
Yeah, and then like I said, I've been using Adobe Premiere, but
fancy.
It's a lot. It has a lot of different functions. You need a class almost just to operate it. But YouTube's great. So
I actually ended up using OpenShot when I created that how-to video. I had to
really?
Because like I watched Fritz do his video, but my script was much longer and I could not actually get through the entire script without making a mistake. And then trying to say the script while doing the examples on the I was like, nope, I can't do that. So I literally recorded the audio, just me saying it, and I recorded it in pieces too, because no. And then I recorded a screen capture of me doing all the stuff, and then OpenShot let me put it all together, and it's free. I was like, that was easy.
What, you can't improv one piece together? You have to put it together. Come on.
Well, no, but if you look at that, it's only like 3 minutes long. Like,
yeah,
I talk pretty fast. I'm like, I'm going to get through this in less than 5. I can do it.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to want to listen to me for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And that's been another thing is, for me anyways, rendering the videos once you're done editing them.
Oh, yeah.
Is what takes the longest. So expect, for me, it was an hour to 2, depending on the size of the video and the amount of people and the quality. How long was it for you, William?
20 minutes, give or take, which I think it took about as much time to upload the raw file as it did to export everything out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a large bit of data that you got to drop in there and let it load in. And then the intros, outros, all the extra stuff we added to it. But yeah, about 20 minutes on the export.
Yeah. And so the intros and outros, you'll see I made, I picked up pieces here and there and put them together with the LibertyCon logo. I was able to do that. I used Photoshop to create disclaimer you'll see at the end of this video, as well as the credits, which I remember. I need to add that to the list for this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta send that to me after we're done here so that I can put it in there.
Gotcha. Just remembered that. It's on the it's going on the list.
We're almost done.
I know.
This is the last recording, the last
You
video
say that,
we
but
have
do
to
I have all the videos up on Vimeo?
Oh,
I'm
no.
just saying.
I still owe you 2. I mean,
Yeah.
they were last minute, so I won't say it's all my fault, but I got
It's
2
mostly
more
your
coming
fault. That's
too.
fine.
Yeah, it's mostly my fault.
Well, yeah. I just have to remember to sleep sometimes.
Well, I mean, tomorrow's, are we supposed to say this? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, right? So sleep's out at this point. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night I was determined I took
be
Tylenol PM.
This is where I'm going to be the next 3 days.
Yeah.
I'll be at Dawn's.
I got to be monitoring and I got kids and all that. So
I'm going to take my kid to Dawn's. That's going to be fun.
All right. I believe that's about all I had. Did you guys want to add?
We're almost out of time.
Yeah. We're about 44 minutes. We started about 4 minutes after the clock started. So
I almost asked you if you were going to stand there with your neck in your hand the whole talk, and I guess I know the answer to that question now.
Yep. All right. So you guys want to tell everybody where to find you? Start with William.
Okay. You can find me at WilliamJosephRoberts.com. I am on pretty much every social media platform there is because did I mention the
You're
whole
a whore
thing? Yeah. And then if you look at Three Ravens Publishing, you will find more of my stuff and all the people that I'm helping to take that step into authorship and yay, published items. Next.
All right. Ben?
I'm easy. I mean, not necessarily in the horror way, but askdrben.org. That's my website, and of course, Facebook / Ask Dr. Ben. That's still my biggest one. We've got 12,000 people on that one.
Wow, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we talk about
Holy
science
crap.
stuff. Yeah.
Hey,
there's a few
12,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, authors like follows too.
Well, dude, I mean, you guys know me. You can join and you can contribute, and you could help me run
And
my
get
site.
all the follows. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that website? I'm looking at
Really ask Dr. Ben. I mean, it's not that hard.
Facebook.com / Ask Dr. Ben.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking it up.
Oh jeez.
Well, you'll see my smiling face just as soon as you look it up, or you should.
Writing it down.
All
right,
there it is.
Follow.
Yeah, earlier when we were telling bad jokes, I almost mentioned to you guys there's Dr. Ben's Lounge too. That's for the
Nice.
that's for the
adults.
That's for the special people.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to be found, but technically I started streaming, so I'm twitch.tv / Sofa Queen OG.
Awesome. And then I can be found. My website is videosvocalsandadventures.com. I contract out work, producing, editing videos. Also going to start a new service once conventions go live again, putting people's pictures and that kind of sort of thing in together in a nice video format. You can find my website on the Eventney store. And yeah, I think that's all we've got.
Hooray.
Thank you guys. This is fun.
That was
My first time moderating a panel.
Yeah.
There was a panel that you did, Hillbilly, where this dude had a voice like butter and he did the intro. And you said
that's
they
Sean
get a radio.
McHugh.
Yes, he had a radio voice from hell. We should have had him record like welcome to LibertyCon 33. Like for every single one. It would have been so cool.
It's too late. It's too late.
know.
Shut your mouth. Shut your pie
No,
hole.
I agree with you there.
We have already done too much editing.
I know, but no.